Hello, it's Colin here. I was just going to show you my tables I've got in SQLite in case that helps you out. So I've got SQLite open here. Looks like I've got to open a couple of times. So basically we have I've got 6 tables in my database. I've got the employee table, which is something we create later on. There's the manufacturer, the model, and the sales tables, which are the ones that futurelearn give us to start with. I can browse the data in those tables by going to the Browse tab and then selecting the table at the top here. One thing I noticed was that if I was wanting to add new records in and I had this minimized, the Add New Record button disappeared, but it was actually under the little Go To tab there to add a new record in there. But I'm going to make that big. To add a new record, you can click Add New Record, and this window appears. Sales ID. So the sales ID on this table is meant to be unique, or it has to be unique. If I try and add another record, and if I try and add another record number 3, and model ID is a foreign key in the model table, which is where some problems are occurring, but I know there's a model number 1 in the model ID table. I can put any old date in here, 21-01-01. Employee ID, let's put number 1 in there as well, and the price £23.50. Down the bottom here in the bottom window you can see the SQL that the program is writing, and this is what it will post to pump the data into the table. I don't think when we're doing it when we're just using execute SQL that we need to put the main part in there, but we just put sales. So if I save that, okay, so I've got the unique constraint flag. Okay, so this is because I've tried to put another record number 3 into this table of sales over here. So if I change that to be number 4 and then save, then that record now gets saved to my sales table. Let's have a look at what's in the model table. So the model table's got IDs for I've got 23 computer systems on mine, and if I try and so the problem some people are having is that if they go back to my sales table, and I'm going to try and add a record that references row 24 in this table. So I go back to my sales table, and add a new record. So this needs to be record number 5 because this is unique. This is the primary key on this sales table. Now I'm going to put 25 in for this one, and an entry for 25 doesn't exist in my model table because that's a foreign key in the model table. I'm going to put any rubbish in there. Goods, £16.75, and then press save. That comes up with a different message to the last one. It says foreign key constraint, and that is because I've tried to put a record into this table referencing another table. So I can think of these foreign keys as being a lookup value in the other table. So I know that there was some table. I know I'd gone up to 23 in my other table. So if I change that to 22 and save. Now that record has now been added into my sales table. I don't know if that's helpful to anybody, but let's have a look at the model table again. So again that goes down to 23, unique on this first column, and this is kind of like the lookup value in this table, or the primary key in this table, and that's how the database will then go and get other values when you start adding SQL to it. Just for good measure, I'll show you what's in my manufacturer table. and when you start putting in the manufacturer ID in your queries, you need to make sure your manufacturer ID is in this table as well. Right, that's enough of me. I hope that's been helpful. Sorry if I've trodden on any toes. I'm going to sign off now.